It's obvious that pickup trucks are utility vehicles meant for transport of very large stuff. But we humans want everything in one package, which explains why we have hot hatches, SUVs faster than all the supercars, and these pickup trucks able to put into sadness many small sports cars. Even though it isn't about the speed all the time, I think these are the 10 most interesting production pickups now. Ford F-150 SVT Lightning. The SVT Lightning was first launched in 1993 with a 5.8-liter engine and an automatic gearbox previously used on a diesel engine. It was succeeded by a newer generation in 1999 using a supercharged Triton engine. The SVT Lightning was still a usable pickup truck with a good payload and towing capacity, although its suspension was reworked to improve handling. Toyota Tundra TRD Supercharged. When TRD introduced the supercharger kit for the 5.7-liter Tundra, a beast has been unchained. Customers could have had this blower installed with the ECU reflash, still remaining in the factory warranty. This brought the horsepower numbers about the 500 HP mark and bringing the acceleration time down to 4.4 seconds. Dodge Ram SRT10. As a Viper-powered truck, you must have been living under a rock. Haven't you ever heard about it before? The engine lineup of the Civil Ram was mainly composed of V8s, but there was the 310 horsepower Magnum V10 as the biggest, but still not the most powerful unit. It was until 2004, 2 years after the model's introduction, when the SRT branded version came out with a manual or auto, 2 or 4-door cabin. Mazda Rotary Pickup. The Mazda Rotary Pickup is not so bonkers when it comes to speed. Its acceleration is rather very slow and a top speed of only 100 miles per hour is nothing to write home about either. There is a big but though. Based on the Mazda B series, this vehicle was special with its twin-rotor Wankel engine. It even had the rotary power sign on the back door. Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6 Brabus. The 6x6 Mercedes G-Wagon must be the most ridiculous production car ever. They only offered it with a twin-turbo 5.5-liter engine and 7-speed transmission. With such a complex all-wheel drive system, it had 5 lock-in differentials. It also had almost a half a meter of ground clearance and 1000 millimeters of diving depth. In Europe, you need a C category driving license above 3500 kilograms to be able to drive it. Ford F-150 SVT Raptor. The previous Raptor was the last of its kind. I mean, the new one received a much smaller twin-turbo engine, while this monster still kept a proper American 6.2 liter. Even though it was massively heavy, it was fast, and if that wasn't enough, Hennessy had a couple of forced induction kits for this engine, raising its power about 600 horsepower mark. Chevrolet El Camino SS. In 1968, it was the year when the second generation El Camino was introduced. With a large variety of engines, GM offered a standalone model version called Supersport, which however used only one engine, the Big Block 396. Later, besides others, also a bigger 454 cubic inch 7.4 liter engine appeared as one of the biggest engines they had. GMC Cyclone. The Cyclone was a standalone model based on the Chevrolet S10. With a single turbo 6-cylinder, it was the fastest pickup truck at its time, being compared with the Corvette and Ferraris. The power unit was combined with a 4-speed automatic and Borg-Warner all-wheel drive system, with a 35-65 torque split between the axles. Ford Super Duty V10. By the end of the 20th century, Ford came up with a new biggest engine for their largest utility vehicle series. It wasn't just a single truck, neither they were performance oriented, but the V10 is really something to be proud of. They started with 20 valves, but in 2005 it received the 30 valve setup. Also, despite its age, it is still used up to this very day in the F650 and F750 models. Chevrolet Silverado SS. Similarly to the El Camino, the Silverado also received its SS variant, but it happened a few years after the initial introduction. The only engine available was the 6-liter, marketed as the VisioRacer high output. First it was an automatic all-wheel drive, but to achieve higher numbers, they started to offer 2-wheel drive as well.
Up in paradise, I suppose. If you will tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again.